E aí, galera, tudo bem com vocês? Hoje feriadão, uma chuva que Deus mandou, mas tudo bem. Vamos ficar aqui no canal Jogadora Sombria e hoje a gente vai assistir uma investigação do Ghost Hunter Internacional. Os caras, eles são caçadores de fantasmas já há muito tempo. Eu já conheço esse canal há muitos anos e hoje a gente vai reagir a um vídeo deles. Eu não assisti, como sempre, eu não assisto os vídeos antes para poder acompanhar junto com vocês. Então já deixei aí no ponto, como vocês podem ver, e eles estão na Sérvia. Se eu não me engano é um castelo que eles vão verificar as atividades, né? Mas vai ter toda a explicação deles aí no começo para a gente saber certinho onde está. Então, bora pro vídeo. Deixei legenda para vocês, tá?
Alan, how are you? Pleased to see you.
Welcome to Serbia, welcome to Petroleum Fortress.
Nice to meet you.
This fortress was built 3 centuries ago during the Austrian Empire. The construction process lasts 1 century. This was the last defense of the Christianity of the Austrian Empire because Turks were coming from the south and from Asia. So there was a lot of great battles here.
Bom que a gente aprende um pouco de história, né? Eu acho bem bacana.
Start building the underground system.
This place is huge.
Ah, foi um fronte de batalha isso aí.
Yeah. The biggest undestroyed fortress in Europe. I'm glad that you are here because people are claiming that there is a lot of activities here.
So why don't we get a start and get you to show us around these areas where some of this activity happens?
Okay,
Great.
let's go.
Agora vai começar a parte boa.
So
Vamos
how
lá.
many soldiers were based here at one time, Alan?
Probably there can be more than 30,000 soldiers.
Wow.
So we are here in the logistic tunnel.
So what type of activities reported here, Alan?
People are reporting that they heard footsteps.
So these footsteps, were they running or were they just walking?
Eu acho que é o mais comum, né? Passos, batidas, essas coisas.
Some of those.
Yes,
But shall we move on?
yes, we'll move on.
Okay.
Chamou o cara de idiota mesmo?
Underground system, where the
Essa foi a tradução.
preparing an ambush.
Nossa, que zoado.
Totally dark. There were also mine tunnels below their feet and they will explode. And they would attack them. Classical ambush.
Now, what type of paranormal activity is reported here?
People claim that they are being
A tradução é bem tosquinha, né, gente? Mas é o que a gente tem pra hoje.
Now, that's something we're going to have to get a look at.
Definitely.
So, where to next?
Do you now go to the outside?
Please.
Okay, come with me. This area was a prison, and many famous people were here.
Onde as pessoas
I
ficavam
don't know, maybe
presas.
you heard of Tito, leader of former Yugoslavia. He was captured here, and he was an Austrian soldier. Be careful here. There were some political prisoners here,
Nossa, que lugar zoado.
and people
Deram torturados, hein?
live here in very, very bad and terrible conditions. So a lot of people died here.
So, what type of activity is said to happen here?
People claim that they heard some sounds of moans, as if someone was in pain.
Okay, so it's the sounds of suffering, really.
Yes.
That's what they're hearing here.
And some people reported that they saw some shadows here.
Once I was with friends in the prison. We all began to hear
Caraca.
chains like they were being dragged. Then, we felt a sudden and extreme coldness, like ice. I felt someone or something next to me. It touched my hand, and I heard a voice followed by others. They were saying, "Set us free."
Eita.
So we are now in the front of the execution wall. Probably more than a few hundred people were killed here. It was done
Ah, naquela época eles colocavam as pessoas
in the
emparelhadas.
night.
So, I mean, what kind of activity are people experiencing here?
Some people are reporting that they heard thunder of rifle gunfire here. Some are reporting that they see some shadows. They heard a voice of dying man.
I'm not crazy about standing in front of a wall where a bunch of people are gunned down.
I must admit I'm feeling very uncomfortable with standing in front of this myself. So where shall we go next?
So we are going to see the outer.
Cara, sinceramente, eu acho que seria bem interessante, né? Ir numa investigação dessa.
Okay, so these seem further away than the main complexes.
Yes, yes. This is the upper fortress. This is the lower fortress. Below this area, there is a 16 kilometers underground tunnel.
16?
Just in this area.
We're like walking into a jungle.
Independente, sabe? Que algumas coisas eu acredito que seja fake. Mas eu acredito no sobrenatural, eu acredito que algumas coisas aconteçam mesmo.
One night, we went there, some friends and I, and we heard some people crying out for help. They were screaming, "Help me! Help me!" It was an awful sound I will never forget.
This small room is satanic ritual room. Look at these bones laying on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
We are still wondering if these bones are human or animal or mixture, and we would like to know.
You look a little big for a cat or a dog.
Gente, mas é só pegar o osso e fazer o exame de DNA.
People are feeling the negative energy.
Aí é
People
um
are
pouco
reporting
simples.
They heard some whispers. They are reporting they saw white shadows.
Galerinha, vocês que já chegaram aqui até aqui, não esquece de se inscrever no canal, deixar aquele like marotinho que ajuda muito a gente a crescer. E divulga muito, porque tem muita coisa legal para chegar por aí. Vamos lá, vamos continuar.
It was clear to me that they did not know they were already dead.
This is an immense, the size, the sheer scale that we're going to be working tonight. It really means that we're going to be taking a different approach as far as how we're going to be setting up. We're not going to be able to use the DVR. We're all going to be having cameras, EMF meters, audio recorders.
Esses caras, eles têm uns apetrechos assim pesados. Olha quanta coisa.
In fact, some of the equipment that
Ele deixa muita gente aqui do Brasil, ó, no chinelo.
we're giving this
Mas também assim, os caras têm anos e anos, né?
investigation as we simply can.
Mas eles investem muito pesado.
Well, this is all looking as
Olha
if we've
só.
got a full table of equipment ready to go.
Cara, é coisa demais.
We have everything from mel meters to different illuminators, the geophones, we got the motion cameras, e-pods, the biologger, we got the EFP, the audio recorders, thermal camera, IR cameras, 360 mics, your full spectrum hand.
Já fiquei tonta de tanta coisa que ele falou.
Now finish putting together your
Até o cara falou uau.
as requested. You got
É
your
coisa pra
spectrum
porra.
handheld, you got your night vision, you got your illuminator, as well as audio, and it all can basically be controlled with one hand. So how's that?
Aproveitar, né? Ficar
Fantastic.
à vontade. Que daqui a pouco vai ficar tenso o negócio.
Course of the
Tô até vendo.
Yes.
So be careful, think smart, and let's get some evidence here. Okay, so let's get going.
Mano, por que desligar as luzes?
Okay, here we go.
É o que eu sempre me pergunto.
Oh, the entrance to the outer
Você tá no filme de terror? Ah, por que a mulher não liga a luz, infeliz? Não, vai no escuro.
Side tunnel.
Não pagou a conta, não?
The reports are that people have seen a black mass. They've seen a mist. They'll feel like they're being watched.
Gente, que apertado esse túnel. Puta que pariu.
at this window.
Again.
Great. These tunnels are almost 16 kilometers long. It is very, very easy to get lost.
We've got a planet. Looks like Saturn.
So Chris and I took the precaution.
Caraca, 16 quilômetros de
Now, we
túnel.
indicated which
Porra.
direction we needed to go in should we get lost. Just set it there in the ground. I know that there's a crossroads coming up.
É, e deve ter várias passagens que eles estão deixando algo ali pra poder voltar. Meu filho, se perder aí, fodeu.
Like something running away. Hearing that. Nothing. Okay.
Também não vi nada.
I could have sworn I heard a voice there. But I have no idea which direction it was coming from.
Barry. What the hell?
Hearing that
Yes.
footstep.
Tá doido. Porra. Agora eu vou ficar um pouco mais quieta, gente, pra gente poder ouvir o que acontece ali. Senão a gente não consegue, eu também não consigo. Eu não entendi, caiu alguma coisa?
As Chris and I were investigating the tunnels, we have to say that we heard something very unusual immediately to the tunnel to the left. It sounded as if whatever it was in those tunnels.
Hello? Someone there?
Guten Tag. Wie geht's? Let's get going.
Eita, já estão abaixados no túnel. Eles não conseguem ficar mais em pé. Isso é louco.
This is the room where they perform the satanic ritual. Here's the bones.
That looks like the leg bone.
And this is a knee joint.
Yeah, it looks like it could be joint.
Então esses ossos, é o que eu falei, eles deviam já ter feito o exame de DNA.
Maybe it's still buried, because it doesn't even look like some of this is completely dug up.
Chris and I thought it was a good idea to take a sample of the bones that were said to be a person. We'll give those to Susan, and Susan will take those bones and get them analysed. And then we'll get a full report.
Pronto, isso
We'll give us
mesmo.
the ID of what those bones actually belong to.
Os caras já deviam ter feito isso, não deixar ali e ficar naquela dúvida. Exatamente como eu falei, eu daria uma boa investigadora, hein?
Of the upper tunnels.
Paul and I headed over to the barricade tunnels. Some of the claims here, like throughout the fortress, are hearing whispers and seeing shadow people.
I'm gonna set the laser up and shoot down here, sir.
Hello? If you can hear me, can you please follow the sound of my voice? I'd like to meet you.
Is there something we can do to help you? Are you a trapped soldier here?
Gente, a qualidade tá ruim do vídeo, mas é do vídeo mesmo, tá? Porque também a câmera noturna, tudo, então fica bem ruinzinha. Tente gritar, tá doida?
So I could follow your voice and help you escape.
We got a little movement in the laser.
Is that you trying to make yourself known? Can you somehow manifest into the body you used to have before you passed away? At least form the shape so we can identify you?
I think we're being watched.
Why would you think so?
I've seen there's something at the end of this hallway. Straight in front of us. Every now and again,
Ai, eu não consigo ver nada.
just in the corner.
Are you getting any movement, like when you take your pictures?
One of them appears to have some sort of distortion. I just heard footsteps.
Oh.
What?
There's movement.
What did you say?
It's just the lasers. There was blockage and movement, and they were all distorted.
Camera's facing down there, right?
Yeah. Hold on, I need to see what this was, because I saw these clip there today.
Ela vai até lá.
I could have sworn I saw something fly right through these lasers. Holy
What?
I keep seeing this. I don't know what it is.
Minha filha, volta nesse caminho não. Caraca, viu? Mas como é que ela chegou tão longe?
James, come forward. Just let us know you're here.
Yeah, there's something in here. It's like
Just give us a sign that you understand me. Just give us a sign that you're here. Don't be scared.
my hair's being pulled.
O fantasma tá fugindo é dele, isso sim. Ah, esses cabras me atormentando uma hora dessa. Ele mandou eu calar a boca.
I just saw someone. While
11h22.
investigating the barricade area, we're getting a lot of different sort of cat and mouse activity going on. We're chasing these dark masses. We're, hearing sounds. Shh. So I just saw someone. I just saw something right. I just saw something here. Let's go, man.
Nossa, eles estão indo pra longe atrás desse fantasma, hein? O carinha picou a mula mesmo deles.
Something just pulled my hair. Yeah.
Alguma coisa puxou o cabelo dela.
Is there anything on it?
Coloca aí, gente, que eu não vi não.
Not that I can see. No, didn't get caught there.
I experienced what felt like something tug on my hair, and it was a serious tug, enough that it hurt and pulled on my scalp. Is there anything coming from the ceiling?
No.
I asked Paul to check it out for me. Nothing was there. Nothing was tugging my hair, so I had no idea what that was. Huh. That was a tug, too. It was like, it hurt a little. Oh.
Okay, if there's somebody in here with us right now,
Achei que ia ter um repeteco pra gente poder ver direito.
then give us a sign. Give us another sign.
Enfim.
To me. Touch me on the shoulder. Are you the person who grabbed Susan's hair just now?
Is that you trying to make yourself known? I want to know what this dark shadow is, because it could be a possible explanation as to what pulled my hair and also what I saw through the laser grid. We had the full spectrum running, my mini DV running. We had also audio running, so who knows, maybe during our EVP session we captured voice of the past.
Alright, looking for the execution wall.
Yep.
Scar and I are investigating the execution wall at Petrovaradin. The claims of activity are that they see shadows.
Agora eles vão investigar a parte do muro.
And there are over 200 people shot there. Can you show us which part of the wall that you were against when you were shot?
We see the bullet holes on the wall. Did you die as a result of these?
Mano, o muro tá destruído, né? De tanto tiro.
There's a tunnel over here.
We went into the tunnel to conduct...
Gente, como é que alguém toma um tiro e a dor é indolor?
Joe and Scott.
Não existe isso, cara. Dor é dor.
If there are any spirits
Não,
there,
você tá doido.
don't be
Indolor.
afraid of our
Foi um
equipment.
tiro.
There's a
Vários,
box
né, no
with
caso, né?
buttons.
Mas até acertar pra matar.
If you're here, can you make the number lower? Can you lower the temperature? Did you see how it just dropped from almost like 53 to 51?
Yes. Can you bring it down to 50 degrees? 51.4 or something? 51.3. Is that you? Are you dropping the temperature to
It is going
make
down.
yourself known? The temperature was dropping. And that's something of interest, because usually when a spirit tries to manifest itself, it draws the energy from the surrounding area, giving us that cold spot.
Please bring it down more.
Eita, 50 já. 50.8.
50.8. It's going lower.
Ponto 2. 50. Caraca, mano.
Is there like bugs in here or something above me? Because I felt something like brush my hair.
Did you touch my friend Joe on his head? Can you do that again, please?
Isso é louco.
We are truly here to collect evidence that you do exist and that you are here. You have an opportunity here.
I think something just touched me.
What? I don't see any bugs.
It didn't feel like a bug. It felt like a hair or something.
Yeah.
And we examined the tunnel for any spider webs, cobwebs, any roots, any kind of insects, and we did not see anything at the time, so that was something of interest. Are you speaking with us in here? Are you trying to contact us?
Aumentou de novo, ó, 51.8.
52.6.
7. Are you still here with us?
I felt like there had been something that dragged across the back of my neck. And then shortly after, Scott experienced it as well. It's definitely something to keep in the back of your mind, that something could be manifesting itself in our area.
Você é louco.
There's the barricade. So let's stop here
Alright.
and set up the thermal.
Barry and I decided to head down to the upper tunnels because Paul and Susan had some experiences down there.
There's light coming in from down there somewhere.
I was just gonna say, I thought I saw movement in it. To the left side. I thought I just saw somebody to the right of me. Did you see that at all?
No, I was looking actually back into the other rear tunnels.
It was like a shadow play, like right here.
Okay, let's take a look at this up here.
Cara, eu sou muito curiosa, eu sou muito ansiosa. Sabe, Maria? Já tô falando pra eles, vai logo, vai logo, vai logo.
What was that?
Did you hear that?
Yes. It was coming from down there.
It wasn't from down here.
Você acordou, cachorro?
It was like a shadow play, like right here.
Meia-noite já ali.
Okay, let's take a look at this up here.
What was that?
Did you hear that?
Yes. It was coming from down there.
It wasn't from down here.
Barry and I were investigating in the upper tunnels, and we heard what sounded like this long, drawn-out, deep exhale. And it came from this room right to our left. And it was loud. It definitely startled me.
What the hell was that?
Hello?
Bear, that was loud.
It was very loud.
Tipo de lugar tem muita energia negativa. Até por tudo que aconteceu, né?
Couldn't happen?
Normal.
We ended up heading down in that direction, trying to figure out where this sound could have come from, but there is nobody else in these tunnels.
Who's in here?
I thought you just touched me in the arm.
No.
That's why I'm paying across to see the distance.
Yeah, I didn't touch you. I haven't moved.
Wow. I thought maybe it was Chris had maybe just moved her arm against mine, but whenever I reached out, she was far enough away. So I'm not quite sure what just happened there. Merhaba. You hearing that?
Yes.
Let's go.
Gente, eu não ouvi nada, vocês ouviram?
We aren't afraid of you. We want you to come out.
Não, não fala isso não, a gente tem medo sim, tá doida?
Barry.
Now you're hearing the footsteps.
Yeah. Where are they?
I don't know. They're coming from everywhere.
I thought they were that.
Let's give it a second. See if we can try and isolate them.
Gente do céu, não tô vendo nada. Mas tô cochichando como eles pra ninguém me ouvir.
I know. Why don't you stop playing games? I would expect more from military. We'd like you to come out. We are unarmed.
We brought a lot of equipment with us. We had everything running the entire time we were down here. So I'm sure there's a good chance we may have picked up not only the exhale, but the footsteps that we were hearing.
I don't even know how to explain
Assim,
that.
sinceramente, agora eu não vi, até agora, quer dizer, eu não vi nada concreto, assim, sabe?
Whatever it is gone for now.
Mas vamos ver até o final.
This area here is the logistical area.
Paul and I headed over to the logistic tunnels. There have been claims of voices as well as shadow people and feelings of strange sensations or the feelings of being watched. If you can hear me, can you please follow the sound of my voice? I'd like to meet you.
Shh. Can you hear a woman's voice? I'm hearing a woman's voice. Immediately, I started hearing what sounded like a woman's voice. I mean, it sounded like a whisper.
Ouvi nada não, colega.
People are saying they're hearing these voices. Is there anybody in here with us?
If anybody's here, can you please try to follow the sound of my voice?
I just heard a moan.
Are you serious?
It just sounded like a moan.
I heard it. I heard it too.
Is there somebody here with us right now?
Shh. I just heard something again. Don't be scared of us. Please come closer.
Chegue perto.
What's wrong?
I think I saw movement over there. I could have sworn I saw like a black mass. Nothing's in here.
Ai, ai.
When we were investigating the sounds traveling into the tunnels, I saw at the very end what looked like a shadow. It pretty much disappeared. I had no idea.
Cara, eu não vi mais eles marcarem esse túnel. Quero ver voltar.
We had the full spectrum running, my mini DV running. So hopefully we captured something on these devices.
Let's go to the execution wall.
Okay.
So Chris and I came down to investigate the area known as the execution wall. The reports of activity here range from seeing shadows move to hearing people screaming and of course the sounds of gunfire going off. Chris and I are hoping that to reach out to any spirits that may linger here.
We've been told stories about this place. We're not sure if they're true or not. Are you a soldier?
Vamos ver se agora acontece
You
algo.
were executed here. Is it possible that you can whisper your name?
What crime did they charge you with? Were you guilty?
Is there any spirit here that would like to come forward to us?
Essa legenda é muito tosca, gente, mas é o que tem. Pra gente pelo menos entender um pouco.
Why do you stay here? Do you have a choice? Or are you stuck here?
Okay, right, ending EVP session. Let's get my camera and we'll go.
Okay.
This is the prison.
Yep.
They say that they hear like chains.
Yeah, chains,
Moaning.
moaning of like people dying. It's horrible.
Porque geralmente as correntes eram amarrados, né, pra nem se movimentar.
In the prison.
Can you tell us what it was like to be in this prison?
Então eles estão dentro da prisão agora.
Do you think you're still in
Mano,
jail and in prison?
muito zoado ali dentro.
You're not.
Muito mesmo.
You're free. Please come talk to us. Come forward.
What crimes did you commit to be put in prison?
Holy you hear that?
Is that breathing?
Are you kidding me?
Let's walk the whole perimeter, make sure there's nobody in here.
Can you do that again, please?
We're not here to kick you out. What was that?
Gente, o que o carinha fez? Carinha.
It sounded
O
like
fantasminha
someone
fez. Eu
tinkering
não
with the
percebi
tape.
nada, não.
Can you do that again, please?
That sounds like metal.
Agora eu ouvi. Um som de metal. Agora eu ouvi.
Is there anyone here with us?
There's no need to be afraid. All we want to do is talk. We started hearing some sounds. We could actually hear chain rattling and heavy breathing at one time.
My friend Joe, He just wants to take a picture of you.
We're not gonna hurt you. We're not the police.
Are you still here with us? Please talk to us. Are you afraid of us? Don't be.
Please don't run away from us.
My friend Joe and myself are here to help you.
All right, I see a meter ahead.
Yeah.
All right, so we've come full circle. We gave chase, and we couldn't find what the source was. It was pretty freaky.
Let's get inside.
Ah, eu ouvi sim o barulho de metal.
So there she goes.
E não tinha ninguém lá dentro. Pelo menos devia estar muito bem escondido.
Joe and Scott, they said that they heard what sounded like chains.
Something doesn't sit with my stomach in this place. Let's sit up here at the bottom. Some dust in here is catching my throat.
What was that? Where did that come from? Who's in here? What was that?
What was that?
Who's in here?
2h45 da manhã, está chegando o horário crucial, hein? Que é às 3 da manhã.
Step forward.
Vamos continuar aí.
What'd you hear?
It sounded like footsteps.
Barry and I were investigating the prison, and at one point, it sounded very clearly like footsteps coming from behind us.
Did you hear that? One's up there and then one's over here.
Are any spirits still here? Can they please come forward? Did you die here?
It is very dark in here, and we're having a hard time seeing you.
Can you step out from any of the pillars? Step out for a few moments.
What was that?
Did you hear that?
Yes.
Até eu tô ajudando a procurar. Eu também quero ver.
Yeah.
At one point, we heard a noise come from our left. The only problem with this was that when we went to check it out, it was right around a window. So there's a good chance that something, again, could have just been blown around. So at this point, I'm not really sure what it was.
Okay, folks, we've had a great investigation, so let's get everything wrapped up, get ready to go. There was a range of activity experienced by all teams, from hearing footsteps and seeing shadows, and actually being completely
Oxe,
having their hair
achei que os carinhas iam ficar até 3, 4 da manhã. Já vai embora.
down in this satanic chamber. So we'll take notes.
Agora é hora de analisar tudo pra gente saber realmente
Bones once belonged to.
o que aconteceu.
So we're just about to go into analysis for the Petrovaladin fortress. Now, because we
Agora é a parte mais interessante que eles vão analisar. E aí é que a gente consegue realmente ver.
audio recorders, there's a thermal camera, we're using our full spectrum video recorders, and we're using the laser burst.
Porque o material dos caras, ó, é top.
Hey guys, I've got some TV footage, and this is Paul and Susan. You're in the upper level tunnels.
Yeah.
Right.
And that you mentioned that you hear a moan, and I think I actually got it.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's take a
Plug it
listen.
in. Ready?
Did you have a body?
Yeah.
What's crazy about that too is like I didn't hear it at the time.
It actually sounds really close to you.
I know, that's creepy.
Nice.
Good cash, Joe. I think Barry will be pleased. Let's see what else we can find.
Okay.
Agora eles conseguem realmente ver tudo, com os picos de voz, tudo,
I've
de
got some
som.
DV footage. So this time it's Chris and Barry, and they're in the prison, and it sounds like they hear a woman's voice, and you can hear it, but it's kind of faint.
Okay.
Right, give it a listen.
Some dust in here is catching my throat.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's not faint. You can definitely
Yeah, that's
hear.
not faint at all.
There's something there, definitely.
Yeah, the sound
Dá pra ouvir
travels
sim.
from one side to the next.
So
Agora é
this
mais
thing-
fácil, né?
That means that
A gente captar alguns sons e entender um pouco mais.
In front of him. Because if he's holding the camera and it's coming from one side to the other, it's going to be louder on one side and then...
That's why, because it did sound like it was a little low at first, and then it got louder towards the end.
Excellent, good find. Let's see what else we can get.
Okay.
Mas consegue isolar o som. Cara, é muito legal depois. Tem que ter um bom ouvidinho, hein?
Hey guys. Just going through full spectrum photos right now. Susan and I were experiencing these shadows constantly throughout our investigation of the barricade room, and it seemed to simply be playing cat and mouse with us the entire time. But this one time, Susan, she said there's something there.
Yeah, it was pitch black in there. The only thing that was illuminating was the laser grid. I just saw something that was exceptionally darker than the rest of the room. And I saw it. I quickly turned on my flashlight. And then...
This is what we got.
Medo.
That's a shadow person.
That's what I saw.
Hello. Welcome
Tá
back to the
porra! Vocês viram?
Glad to see you again.
Now, one of the mysteries you brought to us was the bones in the tunnels. What we did is we collected a few of those bones.
Ah,
Susan
investigação
brought them
dos
to
ossos, vamos ver.
specialists, and he checked them out. And from what he could tell, he said that they're too
Mano, aquilo ali é uma cabeça humana.
Not for humans?
Yeah, and the more he looked at him, he said that he could actually see the butcher marks on them. From what he was able to tell us, they were a cow.
There were some unusual things happening, I have to say. While Chris and I were investigating the barricades, we heard these unusual footsteps that seemed to come from somewhere within the chamber. So we'll let you hear these and see what you think for yourself.
Eita, vamos ver.
That sound was behind you?
It was actually in front of us.
In front of you?
Yeah.
It sounded like we could follow the sound, like it walked by. Freaked me out a little bit.
As Chris and I were trying to find our way around the tunnel system, something approached the mic and then moved off very quickly.
Barry, why did you just...
Let's run it one more time for him. Have you ever experienced this
Tá
before in the
caraca.
tunnels, that something has approached you and moved off?
I experienced some strange sounds. It was very scary because I was alone.
Yeah.
And I heard
Você vê que os caras eles não compram aquela caixinha de som pequenininha
At one point during
e
the
depois ficam chamando de Spirit Box.
Now, one of the things that they did here...
Que aí os caras começam a colocar a estação pra ficar pulando, pulando, pulando de estação. E lógico, né? As palavras têm...
In this physical world, did you have a body?
Can you go again?
Did you have a body? Did you have a body? Did you have a body?
It's interesting because it was just after her question.
E fica pulando, né? De estação, de estação, de estação. E as palavras vêm picadas e eles dizem que são os fantasmas que estão falando.
To the question.
At one
Porque é sempre a mesma coisa aqui.
down in the prison, we caught what sounded to us like a voice. It comes right after Barry's talking.
Some dust in here is catching my throat.
Somebody say something?
That's what we were under the impression as well.
To us, the voice sounded...
Nossa,
female.
bem-
Would there be any reason for females to be down there?
A energia, ela é bem...
To have
É pequena, mas você consegue ouvir.
Well, then.
Okay, well, moving on, of course. Susan and Paul were reporting seeing shadows moving back and forward within the barricade tunnel. Paul then went ahead and opened the shutter of the camera. This is a photograph taken looking down toward the rear passageway, the entranceway into the barricade room. Now, if we go to the next picture, that's whenever they caught the shadow standing at the end of the fortress.
Cê é louco, mano. Me arrepiei agora. Olha o tamanho.
These laser pointers that Paul uses were piercing the shadow itself. There was no substance with this particular shadow, yet it appeared.
When I first saw this picture, first thing I thought of was maybe this was their shadow. The problem is that Paul's standing right next to the camera. Susan is actually sitting over here on the floor. So there's no reason for her shadow to...
Não, gente, essas sombras estão muito longe. Você é louco.
Shadow at the ground connected with the body saw.
It's probably one of the wildest things I've ever seen.
What do you think? Is this place haunted or not?
Well, after seeing everything and experiencing all those things, and of course the photograph that was taken down in the barricade room, we do believe that there is strong paranormal activity going on within the fortress, and we do believe that it's haunted. But there was nothing in it that we felt was really threatening.
So
and it's safe, yes.
Okay. That's important. Thank you very much for...
Como a gente consegue ver as coisas depois que eles mostram direito, né? Na hora você não vê nada, você não ouve nada, você acha que não tem nada.
The GAH team actually proved many things that people were claiming, reporting these years. I was very surprised when I saw a photo of the shadow in the barricade tunnel. It was a great discovery.
Tá maluco.
Overall, I was really surprised with the Fort Petrovaradin. You know, we went in, we had a lot of personal experiences, but I think what really sold him was the photo of the shadows.
That's whenever he understood completely what was there. Let's get back, grab the rest of the team, and get moving on to our next case.
Sounds good.
E é isso, galera. Esse foi o vídeo de hoje. Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Eu particularmente gosto muito desse tipo de investigação e vou trazer aqui mais pro canal. Então, se gostou, já deixa aí no comentário, se inscreve no canal, deixa o like maroto e compartilha o vídeo, que vai ajudar bastante o canal a crescer. Belezinha? Então até a próxima e eu fui.